St. Augustine Prep coach Mike Bylone. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Sully. How are you today?
What's happening, bud? Doing pretty good. You got to be excited and nervous. I mean, big day for you in the Hermits state championship game against Del Barton up there at Toms River East today at 2 p.m. What's going through your mind at this point? You're about 6 hours away.
Yeah, I mean, all the above. You're excited. You're nervous. I mean, that's the good thing. Even at my age and as a coach, I still get my butterflies as well. Before games, just like the players, I'm sure. But
hey, if you don't, it's time to hang them up.
Yeah, exactly. that's a good point there. But we're excited to be playing on the last last day of the high school season, and we're going to go up there and we're going to face a good Del Barton team, and give it our best shot.
Did you have any indication at the beginning of the season that this team had this kind of potential? I mean, I know you guys are always one of the better teams in South Jersey, but it seemed like it took a little bit of time for this team to come together. But I guess around halfway through the season, you guys started to really turn it on. Yeah, I mean,
I'd be lying to you if I told you that I thought we'd be, playing today. I mean, that's always our goal is to, and that's what we preach from day one is to be playing in the state final. Honestly thought, we're a young team. Thought we might have been a year away, but you start every year. Every team is different. You start seeing signs, midway through. That Millville tournament win against Gloucester Catholic was a kind of a turning point for us. Obviously, the Diamond Classic is the best preparation for the state tournament. So, over the years, you have different groups and you see signs of teams coming together, and that's basically what happened right before our eyes, and that's why we're playing today.
Yeah, I remember I was at the one game when you guys beat Egg Harbor Township, and I was thinking, pretty good squad, but let's see what they can do the next couple of weeks and see if they can really live up to their potential, because you have some talent there for sure, but not a typical St. Augustine Prep team. You don't have those flamethrowers on the mound, not really any big boppers. This is sort of a scrappier team, and maybe that's what's really helped them along is they realize they're not going to beat anybody with 3-run homers and a guy throwing 92 miles an hour.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, I've had teams that had those guys. I've had teams that haven't had those guys. This year's perfect example. Everyone is contributing in their own way. The good thing about this team is there's really not one superstar. Nobody really cares who gets the credit. We just want to win, and that's pretty gratifying as a coach. To see a group mature like that over the course of a season.
Talk with Mike Bylone, head coach of St. Augustine Prep baseball team. They're going to be taking on Del Barton today at 2 p.m. at Toms River East for the non-public Group A state championship. Coach, what do you tell your team, on the bus ride up or when you first get to the stadium there? How do you approach this mentally as a head coach? Obviously these kids are 16, 17 years old, so they're going to be all kinds of fired up to get out there and play. And the challenge in a game like this is to keep your emotions in check the first couple innings so you don't get, down 3-0 right off the gate and something like that.
Kind of like the other day. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we try not to get too high, try not to get too low. Business as usual. It's a pretty focused group. However, most of the talking is done at practice, like yesterday and stuff like that. I always tell them, listen, it's right in front of you. You have a chance to make history here. Have no regrets. You got to look yourself in the mirror, the next day and just go out and do the best you can. But, not real rah-rah, whatever. They're even though we're young, our seniors have really done a great job with leadership this year with this young group. Most of them were there, last year, obviously when we lost. So, it's kind of business as usual. They've been taking care of things themselves. But, we do remind them that, it's, you win today and you're going to remember it the rest of your life.
Coach, is there anybody who stepped up at any point during the season who you were hoping would but weren't sure if they had that in them?
Boy, I could name a whole bunch of kids. I don't like this is the classic group of that everyone contributed. Kevin Acey, had a great year for us. Mike Miles had a great year for us on the mound. Jack Billings, pitched in the beginning. Then was sidelined, hasn't pitched in a while, and he's contributed, with his bat. Jake Catalano, Greg Elfrith, Josh Hood. I mean, I could just go up and down our lineup. Joe Bonchek, Cole Vanderslice, obviously with the, with his pitching. Nick Linetto. Everyone's having a great year. So we're all every one of them's contributing. Even the guys on the bench. I mean, it's we try to preach. Everyone's important, and everyone shares in our wins and our losses. And this group really grew up right before my eyes, and it's very, very satisfying.
Yeah, they seem to have a great chemistry, and that's always a challenge for a school like yourself that draws kids from all different parts of South Jersey. I mean, a lot of these kids didn't necessarily grow up playing on the same team, so you get into high school and you might be from Vineland or Ventnor or one of these towns that's not necessarily within 5 miles of the school, and you're kind of meeting these guys for the first time as freshmen. So it's a little bit more of a challenge, I guess, in terms of building that team chemistry. Yeah,
it is. The one thing that's changed over in the last couple of years of my coaching is a lot of these kids, even though they don't grow up in the same town, they still know each other from travel ball. They know everybody on the other team, not necessarily the team we're playing today, but, down here in South Jersey. So there is a bit of familiarity with players. But, yeah, I mean, it is a little bit of a challenge. I mean, it's, like I said, in the beginning of the year, with every year is a different team. And, we're all individuals. We're all scattered all over the place. It's our job as coaches to try to bring them together, for the late season run. And, that's when it happens. And I've had teams that it didn't happen, but when it does happen, you're generally going to be playing in June.
Coach, when you're coaching in a game like this, I know you've coached in championship games in the past. Are you ever tempted to get away from your style a little bit and maybe be more aggressive, or do you kind of just say, hey, let me trust what I've done as a coach here throughout my career and play it how I normally would?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the team that we're playing. Generally, when you're playing in the diamond games and the playoff games, there's really no weaknesses. I mean, there's some that you can exploit, but the game Wednesday against Bishop Eustace was a perfect example. I mean, I didn't really do much. I just, had to sit there and pull what little hair I had left out of my head for 5 innings and just hope that we, started swinging the bats like I knew we could. Sometimes you have to force the issue, and sometimes, you could overcoach a little bit. If you have faith in your team, sometimes you just got to wait and let them see if they could work it out themselves. And that was a perfect example on Wednesday. I knew we could hit. I knew we would get to them, after seeing them 3 or 4 times. And, it is tempting. Baseball is the classic second-guess sport. So, I should have did this. Kid hits into a double play. I should have stolen him. But,
right.
If you've done it long enough, you just got to stick with what got you there and try not to reinvent the game a little.
Well, Coach, you got the perfect guy on the mound today, Kevin Acey, Jr., I believe, and he's really come along as kind of your ace and one of those guys that he seems like the kind of kid that wants the ball in this situation. He's got a maturity about him. He's got the build, the pitches to go along with his size, and if I'm a coach, that's kind of a guy I'm looking forward to seeing on the mound, and he's the kind of guy that can, if he gets going early, he can control a game for 5-6 innings for you.
No doubt. No doubt. Kevin's he's quiet, but he's intense. He's very intense competitor. He wants the ball. He had a great year for us, and he's really excited about this opportunity today. And I have all the confidence in the world that he's going to get us the crown.
Now, suppose it's a 2-2 game in the 6th, and he's at 92 pitches. How tough is that going to be to take him out? I imagine he'll be like, "No, Coach, I'm not coming out."
Yeah, no, it's it's tough. That's usually the first thing. Well, obviously with the pitch count thing is pitch count rule kind of makes our decision for us as coaches. But he's as soon as it gets 4th inning on or whatever, and they're cruising, and we always ask us, me and the coaches and I. how you feeling? How you feeling? Then we go talk to Linetto or Nick Linetto, our catcher. How's he doing?
Yep.
Because he's the one that's getting all the pitches. So none of them ever want to come out, but we got to just make decision, with what we feel is best.
Good stuff, Coach. Up against the break. Enjoyed talking to you as always. Love talking high school baseball and appreciate you coming on. Good luck today, man.
Sully, thanks for having me, and thanks again for your coverage of high school sports. Appreciate it.
No problem, bud. Good luck today, man. Bring it home.
Thanks.
All right, that was Mike Bylone, St. Augustine Prep baseball coach. They're